One of the greatest experiences I had about 15, 20 years ago was to be part of an international network of people like me in a bunch of different countries around the world. And so I was able to go to Brazil and to South Africa, India, the Philippines, Mexico, and to see firsthand some of these innovations working on the ground in these communities. And it was a revelation for me in my career to see these different sorts of innovation and to realize that the United States is among the least innovative countries in terms of its democracy. So I've been trying to kind of continue that pattern ever since in my careers to bring lessons from other countries to the U.S. Examples was last November, something called the Legislators' Forum on Innovations in Democracy, with members of Congress, with parliamentarians from Argentina, Brazil, and Germany and the EU. And one of the interesting things there was that in terms of the American participants, the members of Congress had almost no experience with examples of direct or participatory or deliberative forms of democracy. So that was all new to them. And it was wonderful to have parliamentarians from other countries kind of explaining what they were doing and how they did it. The other thing, though, was a question that started to come up there and will come up further is the question of the panel today. How can direct democracy interact productively with representative, participatory, and other forms? It has come up, certainly at the local level in the United States, where mayors and other local officials are more familiar with other forms and are using other forms of democracy, direct, participatory, deliberative, and so on. So this is a question that is going to come up in many places in the US, and I know it's coming up in all of our other countries that we are working in here today in the audience. So we have a wonderful panel of people who can all comment on this question from their experiences. I'm going to do my best to pronounce names and affiliations. Unfortunately, I have no Spanish or Korean, so I'm not sure how good a job I will do. But I will do my best, and if it's any consolation to you, my last name is not language, so I know how you feel. Sorry, not close enough to the mic? Okay. So I'll start first with Mayor Wan Oh-chong, who is the mayor of the Seongdong district in eastern Seoul. He is also a leader in Korea's nationwide Good Local Government Association. I can hear the difference already. And also sitting next to him is his translator into Korean, Hae Hyung. Johanna Fandino is Director of International Affairs at the Registraduría Nacional de Estado Civil in Colombia. Welcome. Emma Morales, to my right, is an international consultant in democracy, elections, and citizen participation. She holds a master's in applied public management here from Tec de Monterrey. Since 2014, she has been the electoral advisor to the IEEQ, which is the Electoral Institute of the State of Querétaro, and she chairs the Civic Education and Citizen Participation Commissions. And then, to her right, is Armando Jocopo from INE in Mexico. Since June 2008, he has been the Executive Secretary of the National Electoral Institute, formerly IFE, at the Universidad Autónoma Metropolitana Azcapotzalco unit. He held various positions, including head of the state and economic policy research areas, coordinator of the Division of Social Sciences and Humanities, and head of the Department of Economics and chancellor of the academic unit. Behind me, I believe to the bottom right, we have Mauricio Marinho Huerta, who is a scholar at the Centro Universitario de Ciencias Económico-Administrativas in Jalisco, Mexico. He has previously served on faculties in Veracruz and in Spain. And then on the other side, left, we have Ariel Aviles Marin, who has practiced cultural journalism for 53 years. He contributed to the Diario de Yucatan as a chronicler and editorialist from 1973 to 2012. From 2012 to 2020, he contributed in the newspaper Por Esto, and he currently publishes in Soma, Arte y Cultura, La Revista Peninsular, and on the Informe Refracto portal. And finally, Dr. Alejandro Monsivies Carrillo is a professor researcher at El Colef, which is the Colegio de la Frontera Norte, attached to the Department of Public Administration Studies. He holds a doctorate in social sciences from El Colef and is a member of the National System of Researchers, Level 2. His research is focused on the analysis of the processes associated with the construction of democracy as a regime of public control and accountability, public opinion, democratic legitimacy, and political change. So, thank you all for joining us from near and far. In the first part of this, we want to just get a sense of your work, as a practitioner, as an official, as a researcher, and how your work, connects to this important question. So, and first, we're actually going to start with the mayor from Korea, who has prepared a short video, which is in response to this first question, which is basically kind of what are the most useful ways that he has been interacting with citizens in Seongdong-gu, and what are the methods and systems he's employing around democracy in his district of Seoul. So if we can start with the video.